Hello everyone, welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Jason and today we are back with some more of an Elder Scrolls Legend, Battlespire. Last time we had a nice discussion with, I believe her name was it JCL? Yes, I believe so. The other person's name I can't remember. Where she doesn't really want to help us. She's like, no, and all sad and mopey and crap like that, and she wants war or whatever, some crap. So we decided at the end of the conversation that we were going to go back and talk to the, I guess we'll say the underling that sent us off on this quest in the first place. The one that said, hey, please go talk to JCL, free her, get her on our side. You know, we can stop all this, this crazy sort of, I guess, war kind of thing breaking out. Like we got like the fire Daedra and the ice Daedra, and they're here and there. Like it's basically like, what is it, Dagon and people are mad and they are fighting. My grasp of the situation is admittedly kind of crap. But today we're gonna go back and talk to that person who I can't remember where they are. Oh wait, I remember, they're over in the jail cells. So we're gonna head off over to the jail cell area, and we're gonna go ahead and talk with them. Their name starts with a D. That's all I remember. But when we cut back, we will be right in front of them, and I will be able to tell you their name. I'll be like, hey, look, that's their name, and I'll act like I knew it all along, and you will all be so impressed at my ability to remember details like characters' names, because that is a very rare quality in a person or something. Sure.
How goes your quest?
Dayanira Cat Reese. All right. Let's see. We have fine, just fine. Look, would you remind repeating the business about everything, or just great, just checking up on to see how good you are? All right, good then. I'm off. Or mission accomplished. Well, I guess it's not really mission accomplished. We didn't get her on our side, but so let's go to the top part. Let's get her to repeat everything for us.
My mistress has hidden herself behind the night portal and driven her spirit into the dream sleeve. When nocturnal mana flows, the night portal opens easily, as do the portals to other realms. But Dagon's troops have stoppered the flow of nocturnal magicka, sealing the night portal and all portals from Shade Perilous.
Okay, so so that's why she's kind of out of it. Her spirit is in the dream sleeve. Now when nocturnal mana flows, the night portal opens easily, so we can easily get to her. Right? Okay. As do the portals to other realms. But Dagon's troops have stopped the flow of nocturnal magicka, sealing the night portal and all portals from Shade Perilous. Now, is this like... Is the night portal the because I'm trying to figure out here if it's like an actual dimensional barrier type thing, where like JCL is sort of split between two things, where her physical body is standing there and her spirit is... in the dream sleeve, or is it a case of everything we're seeing is supposed to be kind of mystical, but it's taken on a sort of a physical manifestation, and so like the bars were actually like the entrance into that dream sleeve. I'm trying to figure out if I should be thinking about this literally or like very like extra dimensionally. Okay, so how do I get the magicka flowing again?
The magicka tourbillon must turn again, but they will not budge until the wheels of heaven read the great code.
Okay, so I'm starting to lean towards physicals. So we've already done that.
I know not. It is in my mistress's book of the wheels of heaven. I know not how the codes work, but my mistress knows. I have heard her speak of the book, the stools, and the tourbillon that make all magicka flow.
Stools?
I'm sorry, but my mistress has not shared with me the mysteries of the arcane. Seek ye the book of the wheels of heaven, for it contains the sacred codes. Perhaps the riddle of the stools is also recorded there. The night portal is locked by 4 secret levers. And then, when the night portal opens, you will find my lady bound within the dream sleeve. This is an enchantment beyond my understanding, but she has told me the secret of its unraveling. Speak in the name of the Nocturnals to shake the spell's bindings.
Okay, so speak in the name of the Nocturnals. Maybe that's the little a bit we like that's how I started the conversation. So things started off all right, but then I kind of started talking more like an idiot. Maybe is that what happened? I guess yeah. So like this here kind of confirms to me that yeah, it's physical. I'm thinking too in depth about it. Like the you know the levers we hit all those, so therefore the actual bars, the spike thing that we lifted up, that is actually the portal. That's the night portal. So the dream sleeve is that cave, that cavern area that we found her in. Okay. So basically we need to go back and speak in the name of the Nocturnals to try to shake the spell's binding, which we kind of did, didn't we? I wonder what happens if I hit try mission accomplished next time I talk to Deianira.
You have my word, and my word is my bond.
All right, let's try talking to her again and saying mission accomplished.
How goes your quest?
Mission accomplished. I talked to her and she doesn't care.
You return, and with you, hope returns.
Okay. Okay, so now we get to add information. I've spoken with your mistress, but she's not very encouraging. She's not been very encouraging.
I can feel my mistress again. But I sense she has become dispirited by her deep loss. It is very much in the nature of nocturnals to pine and mourn, even beyond the purpose of such grief. They nurse their misery in their bosom until their sorrow takes on a life of its very own, until weeping is all there is, until all the seas of tears run dry.
I'm sorry, but she must be awakened, or I'm doomed, and my friend is doomed, and who knows what else is doomed, including you and Shade Perilous. What can be done?
Only the greatest of shocks can do that. A loss greater than the shame of the pillage of the Shade Perilous.
Well, what else does she care about?
I know her better than any, and I do not know any such thing.
Perhaps she does care about you, yes?
I told you, I know not.
Your mistress must hold your welfare high above lesser cares. I feel like we're trying to just, like, we're trying to make this a thing. Like, she's like, I don't know. I don't know. And you're like, no, you don't understand. This lady we just met for like a couple seconds, she's totally into you.
Perhaps you are right. But nothing short of casting myself into oblivion could shock her from the refuge of her bittersweet melancholia.
Well then, that's settled. You must cast yourself into oblivion. What can I do to help? Is there anything less drastic you could try? Yeah, I don't want to encourage her to be like, hey, could you like kill yourself on the off chance that it might help out, you know, this other person? I don't know. I just don't feel right about that. It's just like, to me, that's a choice she's got to make, right? Like, hey, if you want to jump yourself, like, you know, if you want to jump into oblivion, that's all you. I'm not even going to persuade you. I'm not going to even push you in that direction. Like, nope. Anything less drastic you could try.
No. You are keen-sighted, mortal. I must leap into the darkness for her. Seek my mistress. Tell her that should she not return to rule her realm, I will have no safe return from oblivion. And remind her of her oaths and obligations. So honorable a mistress would never be forsworn of her vows.
Okay, well, at least it's not like permanent, like, all right, you're gonna throw yourself into oblivion, but you can come back, but only if she comes back. So it's like, okay. Okay. Can I help?
I implore you. You must do the deed. Take this soul dagger. If you strike true, you shall loosen my spirit and darkness will swallow me. Into the dagger I shall pour my hope and longings, which you must bear as a token to my mistress, that she will know what I have done for her.
Oh, you want me to kill you with a dagger? Well, I'm uncomfortable. I'm so sorry for this, but I praise you for your courage and loyalty. May I be so faithful to my oaths and obligations when the time comes. Here, give me the dagger and show me where to strike. Are you sure about this? Or let's not be too hasty. Wait here, and if I find no alternative, I shall return. Alright, it took me a second. I was just like, okay. Yes, this is just like, it's an old game, and it's It's probably just what you have to do. And I think you're meant to be able to just, I think you're meant to just kind of like, okay, cool, you know? But I don't know, like, even when they're like fictional characters, I still don't like it. All right, I'm sorry for this, but I praise you and all that stuff. The thing I read before. Okay, give me the dagger and show me where to strike.
Raise this dagger up against me and smite me with all thy arm and heart. Thing or not, I do not fear, for I sense honor in your heart, and perhaps a touch of love.
I strike and bless you. Farewell and fair return, most fair of the Daedra. I cannot forgive me, let me think. I mean, this is what I'm thinking, but I'm pretty sure that this just delays the inevitable. Alright, here we go. End of dialogue. I don't feel good about that. I'm like, no. You know, it's actually, I think this is something I brought up back in my arena playthrough. Wow, it's interesting. I can't remember what happened last week, but man, I still get like little, I still have bits, you know, of memory and stuff that I remember pretty well from my some of my earlier playthroughs and or even topics I've discussed. Wait, first let me figure out where I'm going. I need to head to my kitchen, right? Yeah, I love that I've come to naming it my kitchen. The teleporter place in my kitchen, yes. Where it's like the whole idea that people, you know, it's fictional. You know, people are always like, oh, it's just a game. And yeah, no, yeah, we are human. We're capable of discerning between reality and fiction. But I think deep down, like I think right at the very core, you know, our lizard brain part, I don't think there is, I don't think the lizard brain truly makes a, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Here's my current working theory. I'm still working it out. It could change by the next video, but, like, what is life? You know, if life is but just like a series of electrical impulses in our brain, then could, like, an NPC, a series of electrical impulses in, like, well, a digital, you know, a processor in a mechanical brain or whatever you want to. It's not really mechanical. You know what I mean. In an electrical brain, could it be seen as a primitive form of life? And like we see representations in media and stuff of different people, and we truly get sad when we see, like, say, a sad movie or a sad story or something happen. And we know it's fake, but yet we still have a very real emotional response. And because I think right at our core, you know, before the conscious mind has the chance to sort of critically think about things, I think our lizard brains just sort of interpret everything as everything. And when I say lizard brain, I mean, like, you know, the subconscious, you know, the very base part of the brain that has, like, no critical thought. You know, the thing that drives our needs and stuff like that. So, like, when I have these kind of situations here, it's like I don't know, I feel like, okay, this is an actual other person, and this other person is going to be disappearing. And I can acknowledge that that is a fake character, but there is still that emotional response where I'm just like, I don't like that. I don't like that I'm the one who's ending it. Now, you could be like, well, you've slaughtered all kinds of characters in these games. And it's like, yeah. And, but if you've noticed over the years, the way I play, I tend to take a very, defensive role. Like, if something doesn't attack me, I tend to not like taking the initiative, which is funny because I play a character that does a lot of backstabbing, which oftentimes means that I have to make the first strike. But even then, I tend to feel bad about backstabbing. I'd rather make sure that a character is truly hostile before I kill him. Like, we have a seducer that, because I don't know, she's bugged and she refuses to attack us, I stopped attacking because I'm just like, oh, okay, well, you're not a threat. You're not an enemy. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, food for thought. Or something. What's up? How's it going? Her eyes are open, but they do not focus. Her breathing is low and regular. All right. JCL, in the name of the Nocturnals, Deianira bids me awake you from your enchantment.
Awake, 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 from sleep to despair. And who are you?
Or hello, pardon me if I guard my name, my lady. Sure, I don't remember what I said last time.
I rise through sorrow. I sink with hope. The night binds me in tiny steps.
Indeed, I see. Well, you are JCL Morgan, right?
I murmur cold memories, like the nibbling of rats on tiny toes in sleep.
Unpleasant dreams, eh? Sorry.
I fade into the smallest part of my soul, a wisp of a whisper.
That's very nice. I'm here to free you.
The shackles that bind me are far
Blah, blah,
stronger
blah.
than any mere
That sounds
magic.
like it would be bad.
I shall
We heard this
leave
last
alone.
time.
It will be glorious.
I think I'd rather stop the little war before it begins.
Catch your tears in a sieve of gold.
We can
immortal.
still stop them. It's not over
too
yet.
late
Think
for
of
weeping.
Deianira.
Ah, Deianira. Her longing will not cease even in the face of overwhelming loss. How like a mortal she is. I could... But no. The thought of her tears is almost enough to shake this mantle of anguish from my shoulders. Almost, but not enough. No. The only joy left in me now is the thought that the nocturnals will scourge the Dagon until the magicka drips in rivulets from his hollow eye sockets, twins to the tears I cannot cry. Farewell.
I felt like this. I feel like we've gotten to the point of the conversation where things are about to probably get changed. So I let her finish that. But I was also listening to the voice. I'm like, this is the same voice actress, isn't it? For like every one of the characters. What was her name? The one with the squeaky voice. I'm pretty sure it's the same voice actress that's voicing every one of them. All right. Well, look, you can't get rid of me that easily. Sure.
Farewell, selfish mortal.
Yeah. Okay. So she was going to say that either way. I guess we'll go with the same middle conversation
Leave
thing.
me, mortal. Your miseries are not mine.
Oh, this misery is yours, all right. Your faithful friend Deianira says she'll die if you don't return to rule. I mean, not. She's kind of already. Okay, sure.
She will not die. Immortals cannot die. Now be off, mortal.
Right, so she can't die, but she is very worried about you. You're not any better than the rest of the Daedra, just as spoiled, self-centered, and self-indulgent, like a little baby. You know what a baby is? A puling, helpless little manling. Yeah, let's. I don't know. Let's push her a bit on that one.
Leave me to my sweet melancholia.
Fine, I have better things to do, but don't think you've heard the last of me. That was not a big success. Maybe Deianira will have a bright idea. Wait, but Deianira's not around anymore. Okay, maybe if I try talking again.
I have nothing more to say to you.
That's what you think, or I don't know exactly how to break this to you, but, well, maybe you have a better take. Maybe you have better take. I would write that as you had better take. A look at this dagger. She said, Deianira, that is.
Ah, she is gone. Gone. I should tear your beating heart out and force you to eat it in tiny bites, one wriggling, beating bite each century. I should flay the skin from your body and hurl your living carcass into the sea of my salty tears.
You know, if you were a little bit less, like sing-songy with your delivery, like you just kind of gave into that grit, I would have almost believed that performance. Not really, but whatever. You and what army of darkness? Facepalm. Yes, I just said facepalm. Like, I don't have any other way of conveying that. I'm like, I could facepalm, but nobody's going to see me. She did it for you. Found a few tears, did you? Well, no need to be a jerk about it. She did it for you.
You mortal. No doom so slow. No pain so tearing.
Nothing you do will bring her back. She'll be back in her own sweet time, from what I understand about you, Daedra. And for all that sweet time, you can think about how little you cared for her, and how lonely you'll be without her, and how much she was willing to do for you, when you wouldn't do anything but pout and snivel. You know, I'd be okay with that. If that was what the idea of death is like, when you die, yeah, you're just gone for a really long time, but you'll be back, but yeah, it'll suck. It'll be like, 100 couple hundred years. Like, even like if there was some sort of guarantee that you're like, yeah, but you'll be back. Like, it's like an extended jail sentence, right? You're like, oh no, please don't. Oh, I'm dead. And then you can come back and yeah, I'd be okay with that. Anyways.
What you say perhaps is true. Too fair. But you bastard! You tricked her into this to serve your own selfish ends.
You know, you keep throwing the selfish thing at me. I think, is it a little bit of projection there? No, it was her idea. I haven't got her kind of vision or character. I admit I'd lie like a rug to save my skin. No, I wouldn't. But I haven't got the imagination to think of a thing like she did. And it would never occur to me that she might do it of her own free will. In fact, I'm sorry and ashamed that I helped her do this thing. The last part, true. I don't know if I would lie like a rug to save my skin. I've never been in this situation. I'd like to go ahead and like say that I would do this or I would hold to this or blah, blah. But I think it's really contextual. And I think in the moment, we'd find out who I really am. I don't know. Because I hate lying. I really, really hate lying. Just a little personal note. Yeah. Onward!
Perhaps I can understand. You are a mortal. And mortals see things differently. A mortal must never regret, never feel shame for what it does to save its life.
That's not accurate. Normally I'd agree with you wholeheartedly. No, I wouldn't. But that's not how I feel right now. Look. She isn't really dead, is she? Yeah, like, the latter part is like, that's what I'm agreeing with, but like, man, it kind of makes me wonder, like, I'm looking at this, I'm like, who wrote this? And what's the mindset of the writer who wrote this? Is this actually just a really good writer? I doubt it, based on what I've read thus far. And is able to create a character, or is it the writer projecting a little bit of their worldview on the characters here? Because it seems kind of like, you got a pretty poor view of people, or a poor understanding of like how people operate. But anyways, she isn't really dead, is she?
Daedra do not really die. Not as you know death. But we can sacrifice ourselves to oblivion, as she did. Oblivion is existence and self-awareness without the ability to see, hear, or affect the world. For an immortal, it is hell. Unspeakable pain and horror, absolute loss. Eventually, we do return, but not all return as they were. There is sickness, madness, change.
I'm sorry. I hope Daenerys will be all right. She certainly has a strong spirit, if that's of any consequence.
It is passing strange, but I feel your comfort, mortal. You have so much to lose, you things of flesh, and yet you do not despair. An intriguing mystery.
Yes, my flesh does have a lot to lose. And another, a close friend, is also in danger. So please help me. How may I leave this place?
All other portals are sealed, but there is a back door. To the north, you must cross the rock sails to a lesser portal, which will bear you to the Hex Room and the Gate. 4 anchors bind the magical forces. Loose these anchors, and the portal is ready. To the north is a door. Say, Gemaque, to enter. When you reach the final portal, I will have had time to open it to your use. But the Dagon have set a seal upon passage from all destinations but those of their own choosing. You must go where they wish you to go.
All right, had to write that down because I'm like, I know that's a password. Not having a lot of choices refreshing at times like this keeps things simple, and I believe I must go where the Dagon thinks they want me. I'll just make sure I have plenty of surprises for them when I arrive. Okay, so there's 4 anchors. Okay, so we've got to go cross the rock sails. That's probably that weird broken bridge that we saw, which will get us to the Hex Room and the gate. So 4 anchors bind the magic forces, loose those anchors, and the portal is ready. And to the north is a door. Okay.
Your cunning shines with a brightness that craves requiting. In the brightest light or blackest dark, we are equally blind. It may be that I owe you something, or owe it to myself and my pride. But if in the end you must stand before Dagon, call on me. I will use you as a link for travel, and it may be that even my modest powers can be one of your little surprises for him.
Oh, cool. So have we made like an ally? All right, that's cool. I like this development. This is kind of neat. Don't think I won't call you. I'm going to need a lot of surprises and a lot of luck. Goodbye then, and thanks.
Just one look before you go, mortal. Abide with me a moment.
Well, excuse me, but I really should be going, and stop staring at me like that. You're making me nervous. Goodbye, and good luck. Sure, go ahead. Look yourself a feast, my lady. I have little else to give you. In memory of Daenerys, I abide with you a short while. Fair JCL, then I must go. I guess I'll go with the bottom one, kind of like a moment of, like, memory type thing. Yeah, we'll go with the bottom one.
Ah, so faint a candle is the mortal's light. Faint, and it flickers so. But indeed this faint light of mortals might light up the sky. Oh, but I shall remember thee, and see thee again before the end. Farewell.
Good, but, well, I don't know what to say, and I haven't the grace to say nothing, so it's just goodbye then. Alright, see you later, JCL. I guess we're heading this way. Next time, though, because I am out of time, so we're gonna stop things here. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. I am still doing plug my bobs because apparently that's a thing I should be doing. Okay, I will find a way to streamline this. Check if Twitter's your thing. My handle will be up on the end screen at the end of this video. It's bluescreen_Jason. If you want more, I've got a library of time-exclusive videos just for my patrons. Patrons? On Patreon, yes. There should be a link somewhere for that as well. Probably on the end screen. It typically is. Yes, $2 gets you a lot more extra stuff. Right now, not so much on Battlespire, but whatever. Anyways, all that said, until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.